this is Best Mate here. Right, I'm doing a video, basically how to make a cushion. Somebody asked me, how would you make a cushion? I said, well, there's lots of ways to do it, and you can be as fussy as, or as less fussy as you want. Right, I'm going to show you a way that you can do it, and then see what you think about it and whether it works for you. Right, I've just done a rectangle there, yeah? I'm going to put a translucent thing, a texture on that rectangle, so we can see through it a little bit better, right? Now that's done, I'll just close that down. Now, I want to copy that. Oh, sorry, I don't want that one. Press the wrong button there. Right, I'm going to select that, like so. I'm going to get the move tool, and I'm just going to move a copy up, like so. I'm using the up arrow. See, the up arrow locks the inference. Okay. When I've got that so far, that's fine. That's okay like that. I've just lifted it. It's about whatever. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's reasonably close, that's okay. Right. That's good. Then I'm going to now select the bottom rectangle, like so. Get the scale tool, grab it on the diagonals, press Control and then hold down left mouse key and draw that in so it's whatever size. It's not really that important at this time. That will actually be the size of your cushion. So if you want to make it a correct size, you just have to put the size in the bar, and you must put millimeters when using the scale tool, or whatever measurements you're using. You must put otherwise it won't work. It'll think it's a scale ratio. All right. Now we've done that. There we go. I then get my favourite, well, not so favourite because I don't use it very often, is my freehand tool. Click it there, and off we go. And that just then is going to go around that edge. The reason I do it like that is just so that it keeps it roughly, do you know what I mean? Sort of in a squarish, cushionish direction-ishness. You know what I mean? So it's okay. That's great. Right, and then we come around there. And there we go, we've got it. If I put it onto monochrome, you can see I've got it now, haven't I? It's definitely got that there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a bit of a tweak. I'm just going to take that corner off there because it just looks a bit harsh, doesn't it? That does. Let's just get rid of that. I've still got it as well. Right click and it still shows me that I've got it. That's great. Right, brilliant. So I can erase the center, double click and erase the one below because I don't want that anymore, and I can then just raise the outside there. Gone. All I want is that. Brilliant. Now if I select that, now I've got a tool which I'm going to use. You don't need to use this, but it helps me. It's called Weld, and if I press Weld, I don't want a face on it, no. But now, when I click it now, it welds it all together in one line. You can get that from the mustard depot. It's quite a common one and very useful to have. Now you've found that, I then get my skin on the soap skin and bubble. This is the soap skin and bubble. It's normally up there, but I'll bring it down today. And there we go. It puts the grid on. One click and the grid is on. I then press Enter, and it does its stuff. And there you go, and it's done it. Now I've got that. I then get the select tool, not the white tool, because it turned white before. Go back and get the select tool, and then I want to press bub. It says bubble. That's to bubble it up. I click on that, and now if you look in the right hand corner, it's got pressure and nothing because it's asking me for the pressure. So I know it's going to be roughly 89. So I'll press 89 and enter, and nothing happens. So I'll try and put minus 89 and enter. There we go. Wrong. So let's try it again then. So 98, enter. Okay, that's too much really, isn't it? So I'm going to put 78 and enter. I'm doing this straight after. That's still not enough. So 66 and enter. Too much. 55 and enter. Okay, that's a very no. Let's go 44 and enter. Okay, that's about it. Right. So I've now I've got to the height I want. I think that's about right. That's cool with me. Right. So now that's fine. I'm going to show you something. I'm just going to hide that a minute. It's still got my line there. Can you see that line is still there? Which is what I want, really. So, but we'll go back to my cushion. So, there's the cushion, right? I'm going to make that a component, right? Okay, I've made it a component. Now I'm going to grab the move tool, press Control, and pull a copy out. Easy as that. Done. Okay. Now I've done that, I'm going to get my scale tool on the center grips, straight the way down till it comes to 1, -1 on the scale at the bottom right hand corner there. That's an exact mirror copy now. Now, if I do that, as you can see, look, I've just double clicked there just to show you that it is a component. I don't know why that's wandering off there. I must have picked something else up. I don't know, but oh, it's because of the yeah, I know what it is. Don't worry. Right, so I'm now going to move that in position. Let's have a look. Are we close? Can you see that? What if you're going to move things? What you do is you grab them from one endpoint there, and then take it to the next endpoint, the one where you want it, which is exactly, obviously, a mirrored image of that. Now that's sorted. That's great. So then now, if I select that, sorry, I'm going to do something else first. I'm going to soften it. So I'm going to go into it, into the editing mode of it, select all, right click, soften. There you go. I would have clicked soften coplanar, and that's fine then. Soften the edges. Move it to about 70ish, something like that. That's fine. Okay, great. Now I'm going to select that one and that one, because I'll just press Control then so I can select both at the same time, and then I'm going to hide them. So then I'm going to hide them like so. Now this is the original ring that we had there. Do you remember? Great. Right. Now, if I then grab the circle tool like so, and I'm going to put that. Well, it doesn't really matter where I put it really, but it's on the green. I'm looking down the green direction, so I'm going to pop it anywhere on that line there. Okay, like so. I'm going to. I don't know what size I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it roughly that size. Okay. Now I've done that. As you can see, that is on the centre, right? I will then select the circumference. I've just clicked on it there. Then I get the follow me tool there on that surface. Left click, go. That now actually is the piping, is it not? Yeah. So now I've got the piping, which is brilliant. I can then put hidden geometry on, and it shows me cushion. So then if I right click and unhide, and right click and unhide, and then put geometry back off, we've now, I suspect, have got a cushion, have we not? Yeah. Now, what I am going to do now, I'm going to explode that. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to do it I'm just going to explode it all. Okay. Let's explode that. Okay. So that's now all exploded. So it's all stuck together now, so I can't do anything with it. I wouldn't normally do that, but I just wanted to. I want to do it so I can just apply some material all to one, rather than going in and out of context. Now I've got that. I'm now going to put some colour on it. So that's the outside. Now then, and this is the pattern I want. Now, unfortunately, when you do that, that's what happens, isn't it? Okay. So I fancy a cross on it. So if I put hidden geometry on, like so, okay, and select one of those faces like there, okay, I can then right click on that face and put texture position. That puts this then. Let's just close that. Let's just move that across there a bit. Right, just for a second. Right. Okay. Now, if I go to the circle there and click and hold on that pin there, that will then make that texture bigger. See, I'm making it bigger. I'm holding it. I'm holding the button down. I can also rotate it as well, right? But I'm holding it like so. When I'm sort of, I think where I want it, I'll just left click and it's now done. I can then grab it, because what it is, I'm going to put a cross across it like so. Okay. When I'm happy with that, I'm then going to right click and press done. Okay. Now that's done, I need to bring that back in there again, right? Now, if I then right click, texture, projected, like so. Okay, then I do that, and then I press Alt, which gives me the eye toucher that samples the colour. I'm holding down the Alt, then I left click there, and then if I go onto that like that, take hidden geometry off, and then click it, and then I get a cross on it there. How does that look? Is that looking cool? And that's sort of what that's done there is put a lovely sort of a cross, onto the cushion. I can obviously do the same there, and that gives me the same on the other side as well. Now, what can happen if it was very bulbous, I've just turned on hidden geometry. You might find these ascending. They go out. They don't go on square. Do you know what I mean? They look a bit on the twist. So if I just come over to this now, I did this one earlier. What that does is that um, because it's done off a surface like that, it actually gives it. Let's just move that texture position. Take the projection off, and texture position like so. There we go. It projects it absolutely square, whereas when you selected a small area there, it might be slightly angled, and it tends to throw them out, whereas the correct way to project it would be to project it like that, because then it will project the surface exactly how you want it to project it. Okay, and that sounds hard to explain, but that's what sort of happens basically. Yeah. Okay, so that's sort of it really. So I hope you like the cushion. There we go. We'll go to there. Then if you're really fond of it, you can obviously make a few of those cushions and and put them onto your lovely sofa, whatever you want to do. Okay, I hope that sorts it, and thanks a lot. Cheers.